But this is most interesting here. It's going to be like a 4-hit combo or something like that, okay? So this is your Asiatic black man fair. Here's a reference, okay? 3rd century BC, okay? South Arabia. But this one is clearer, isn't it? Now, come on now. Asiatic black man, where you at? Okay, hold on. Yes. Okay. Asiatic black man. Is that your ancestor? Is that Yaqub? Is that the first leader of the tribe of Shabazz? Who's that? Anyway. Funerary statue of Ama Alai of the clan of the Dara. Oh damn! What's this look? I told you about EIL, but anyway, 1st century BC, Yemen. Yes, Yemen, South Arabia. There it is. You have some inscription there, so all of your linguists can do some breakdown if you want. Okay, we're going to turn. There's another 2. All right. Oh, okay, that's the way you get down, Asiatic black man. All right, I see. Let's say it's a head, most likely, or it's a word I say a bit funny to translate, but probably feminine head, okay? And it says between the 3rd and the 1st century BC, and it says South Arabia, okay? All right, and then you have another one there. There it is. Asiatic black man. Oh boy. Head, alabaster, between the 3rd and 1st century BC, South Arabia. Okay? Well, okay. You know the deal. You already know the deal, okay? All right, crescent moon with the star, the sun, whatever it is, between the 1st and the 3rd century BC in Yemen. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, AD this time, okay? And there you have this writing. You hear about the Sabians and all that. Okay, this is 700 BC. Okay, they're not really sure. They put a question mark. Yemen, okay, the Mari region, and it says it's a Sabian language, and it's addressed to the god Al-Maka. Okay, we'll leave it there. So remember, if anybody tell you about some Asiatic black men, okay, you refer them to this video right there, and you show them this one here. My name is Shakandugu Kemet. My website is afrostudy.com/English. That's www.afrostudy.com/English. My main YouTube account is in one word, Egypt Decoded. I don't argue, I state facts. If you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not act right. Hotel. Ancient Arabs and Yemenites. Louvre Museum, Paris, France. I will show you 4 artifacts. First, okay, I will start there. Now, there's this one. This is the artifact number 4. The one I just, this one also, number 3. Okay. The one I just showed you is number 6. Okay. And this one, number 7. All right, so let's start with number 3. So number 3, head, albat. I think you call it alabaster in English. Between the 3rd and the 1st century BC, they're not sure, but this is southern Arabia. Okay, and you have the reference here. AO 1495. Then the number 4, a statue of a man, alabaster, 1st century BC in Yemen, Aden more precisely. You have the reference there, AO 4563. Then I showed you 3, 4, and then 6 and 7. Artifact number 6. Funerary statue of Amalai of the clan of Dahar Il, alabaster, 1st century BC, Yemen, and then the number 7, Sehed alabaster, between the 3rd and 1st century BC, southern
Arabia. Reference AO 4746 and 6 and 7. Okay. For the number 6, the reference is AO 20282. So here you can see how your southern Arabians and Yemenites look like around the BC time to around the 1st century.
The Archaeology of the Arabian Gulf by Michael Rice. This is on page 220. I was in the library, so I could not talk over there, so therefore I'm doing voiceover over the footage that I shot over there. An exceptionally fine limestone statue with affinities to the early dynastic II style in Sumer, of a worshipper or priest circa 2700 BC from near Tarut, 2700 BC. Now, from the environs of Tarut has come one of the most remarkable, indeed perhaps the most remarkable, of the antiquities of Eastern Arabia. This is a very fine white limestone statue, nearly a meter tall, of a man in a attitude of worship. He has the broad, rather pudgy face, with white adoring eyes, with which the Sumerians were accustomed to portray themselves when engaged in prayer. He is nude, which suggests that he may be a priest or an official, since in early Sumerian times there is evidence that the priests conducted their rites in a state of ritual nudity. So once again, have a look at the artifact. They used to do rituals with nudity. And it's funny, it reminds me, Sahih Bukhari, Volume 2, Book 26, number 726, narrated Urwa. During the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, the people used to perform tawaf of the Kaaba naked, except the Hums, and the Hums were Quraysh and their offspring. The Hums used to give clothes to the men who would perform the tawaf wearing them, and women of the Hums used to give clothes to the women who would perform the tawaf wearing them. Those to whom the Hums did not give clothes would perform tawaf round the Kaaba naked. Moving right along, this time on page 291. Look at this artifact. You can see this is a crescent moon, and we will get confirmation. Let's look at what it says, the description there. Page 290, a frequent representation on Mesopotamian seals is of the symposium, two or more figures, sometimes human, sometimes divine, drinking through, let's turn the page, drinking through long straws from a shared pot. This scene also appears in the Gulf and shows two figures gesticulating at each other by a palm tree, with the moon's crescent riding over them. And now this time it's on page 294. Once again, what do we see? We see the crescent. And amazingly, for those who are used to it, it really looks like, those, Sumerian / Akkadian type of representation, the art itself. This is still the archaeology of the Arabian Gulf.